Welcome to one of, if not the most iconic race circuit in Formula 2. A track with absolutely no room for error, a track that requires every bit of skill these young drivers can muster. We're getting ready for lights out here in Monte Carlo. The Circuit de Monaco is, for all practical purposes, pretty much unchanged since its 1929 introduction. It's strange to consider, but this 2.1 mile lap will take the drivers here around almost an entire country. 19 corners, but not that many opportunities for overtaking. Instead, this is a track that rewards technical skill. As we're now moments away from the off, let's take a look at the grid order in which they'll start today's race. Jehan Daruvala lines up on pole position, with Théo Pourchaire starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Behrman, Benavides, Victor Martins, Hauger, Doohan, Iwasa, Fittipaldi, Clement Novalak, Verschoor, Correa, Arthur Leclerc, Amaury Cordial, Miney, Maloney, Hadjar, Frederic Vesti, Stanek, the Flying Finn, Nissany, and Jack Crawford completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Hello one, hello all, and welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, he is Alex Brundle, and we have changeable conditions today, Alex. How does that uncertainty affect the strategy?
Well, uncertainty is what strategy's all about, but it absolves the teams from the responsibility of running both compounds of tyre. They might have to use that wet tyre, of course, and then the question is, where do those crossovers lie between the wet and dry conditions?
Okay mate, I know it's not a great position to be starting on the grid, and it also puts us slap bang in the middle of the danger zone where risk is high. So be careful, pick your battles, and let's see if we can pick a few positions off along the way. Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Gap to your teammate ahead, 3.5 seconds. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap. Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, off we go, back into the race. Good job from you and the crew there, mate. We're satisfied with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, mate. Okay, Vesti's ahead of you. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. Okay, Kush is coming in for his stop now. Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 2.9 seconds. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 a lap. Okay mate, that still wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid, but look, let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race. catching the car ahead. Well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second. managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap.
This man likes a celebration, and he's got the opportunity to do it. Teo Porcher takes the checkered flag.
It's a real skill, racing wheel to wheel and also grabbing the fastest lap in the interim, finding that clean air. They've done a great job of that, actually.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car that works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ARTGP winners today. There will be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you'll join us at the next race when Formula 2 returns.